What's good, y'all? It's your boy Marvelous, and we are back with another version of Marvelous World. Today, we're talking about Deion Sanders, and we want to know, did Deion Sanders really answer our prayers? Like, did Deion really deliver to us what we were looking for this year from the Colorado Buffaloes? In my personal opinion, I could not turn the TV off if Deion and the Buffaloes were on TV. I had to watch. Because I had to see for myself if they were going to come through. And I know a lot of y'all have been watching, a lot of y'all have been following them really closely. And for me, it's just been amazing to watch them grow from this year to last year, just comparing the stats. When we look at it, they were at the bottom of the Big 12 last year. The bottom. You feel me? When you really understand what that means, coming from year to year, to be at the bottom of the Big 12 or any conference for that matter, and to come to where they're at now at 9-3, it's amazing. I really personally expected this last year, if I'm being honest. I wanted to see this happen last year with that 3-1 start. They were hot, everything was going well, and so it was kind of sad to see how bad the season went at the end of the year, if I'm being honest, right? And I think a lot of y'all can agree. But now, having seen what they've done, we're going to compare their 2023 statistics with their 2024 statistics. We're going to look at some of the bright spots, look at some of the careers they resurrected, look at the Heisman hopefuls, and really just talk about the fact that Deion really gave us what we wanted. We had hope this year. We literally, and I say we like I'm a Colorado Buffalo fan, I'm a fan because of what they have created, right? Like, there was hope. There was a possibility of a Big 12 championship. They're going to a bowl game. All the stuff that's going on. So I really want to just dive into the progress and see if y'all think that they delivered. If Deion really delivered on what he said he was going to do this year for the Buffaloes. All right. So first and foremost, looking at their statistics, we just look at PPG, points per game. We look at total points, total touchdowns, 28, 36, 336, and 42. Some of these other stats, first downs. We look at net passing yards, 3,500 last year. Total passing touchdowns, 29. I think rushing touchdowns was super low. Rushing touchdown, okay, 12 rushing touchdowns, not bad. Their offensive plays, I bet these are going to be more. Total yards. This is all 2023, right? So if we go to 2024 this year, a lot of that has increased. We're looking at points per game, 34. We're looking at total points in general, 414. Total touchdowns, 54, right? So literally turning the page, turning the book, really turning it up. We went from 336 total points to 414. We went from total touchdowns of 42 to 54. Points per game, 28 to 34. It's amazing to see the progress. But what else is there? We're looking at just their leaders. Travis Hunter leading in both categories, interceptions and wide receiving yards. Travis Hunter just being over 1,000 yards receiving. The year before, I think he was close to 800 or something like that. But being over 1,000 yards receiving and being the top DB, he really proved himself this year. Last year, I think they were kind of trying to push him as the most talented athlete, but this year, I think he proved it. Shedeur really having almost 4,000 passing yards. Cam Sealman-Craig not coming out of nowhere. Last year, I felt like he was their best cover corner, to be honest with you. And they didn't really have him on the field a lot. They had him on the field kind of, sort of. But this year, he really solidified himself as the starting safety, and really flew around and made a lot of plays, a lot of tackles. A couple of players that I feel like we really didn't know about, but now I know you know them. LaJohntay Wester, Will Shepard from Vanderbilt. LaJohntay Wester was from FAU. I never heard of him before this year, right? Jimmy Horn was also a Florida guy. Never heard of him before he came to Colorado. Draylon Miller, a freshman this year that's really been playing really good. Omarion Miller, which I feel like he got injured maybe earlier in the year. That's why we didn't see him, but he's going to be a beast. There's a lot of guys that you really would not have known had they not come to Colorado, if I'm being honest. Like, just talking about LaJohntay Wester, the fact that this man is as talented as he is, punt returner, can take a punt return back. He can take a pass that's 5 yards and take it to the end zone. He can go deep, catch the deep ball. Same thing with Jimmy Horn, can catch the deep ball. It's so sad to see him get injured this year, but Jimmy Horn is an amazing player. I hope he gets drafted. Like, these top four receivers, Jimmy Horn, Will Shepherd, LaJohntay Wester, Travis Hunter should all get drafted somewhere this year. They're game changers. Let me talk about Draylon Miller, Omarion Miller. For the next couple of years, those guys are going to be the top guys. We have some running backs that are going to be good, but we won't talk too much about that because I think the running game is still under construction. But defensively, we had a lot of guys also resurrect their careers. B.J. McKinney, never heard of him before, balled out this year. One of the top corners. Levante Bentley, top linebacker, balled out this year. Nikhil, I believe his name is Nikhil Hill-Green. I don't know if it's Nikhil Hill-Green. Anyway, number 41, he balled out this year. Like multiple interceptions, more interceptions than Shiloh. Shiloh forced fumbles all over the place. Cam Sewell-Craig leading the team in tackles. A lot of people really stepped their game up. One person I really want to talk about is Preston Hodge. He got injured in the Texas A&M, or was it Texas Tech game? But Preston Hodge, I think, was their top cover corner, even in front of Travis Hunter. Travis got beat on a couple of plays, but Preston Hodge, he balled out. If we just look at Preston Hodge's highlights, he really had a successful season. And we'll take a look at some of these guys' highlights as we scroll through. Another person, Keaton Wade, a guy who came from Kentucky. I was upset to see him go, to be honest, because I'm a Kentucky fan. Came from Kentucky and balled out at Colorado. They wanted to redshirt him and couldn't redshirt him because he balled out so good. A lot of these guys you would have never known about if not for Deion Sanders going to Colorado, making a statement that he was going to be trying to be game-changing, try to change everything that has been going on, allow people to play both ways. You got multiple players playing both ways. His son balling out on offense as a quarterback, his son balling out on defense as a safety. Like, they delivered. In some form or fashion, they delivered this year. Now, it may not have been what we wanted. We may have wanted to see them in the college football playoff. I personally did, because I feel like everybody would watch. The games has always got the most viewers. So the college football playoff would have loved to have them had they taken care of business and beat Kansas and then made it to the Big 12 championship. So it's sad that they're not going to get that opportunity. But I will say, whatever bowl game they get, they're probably going to be matched up against a better opponent. So we're going to see if they really all this stuff that they took up this year, the points that they put up, running through the Big 12 for the most part. We're gonna see if they can really match up against a better team. I hope it's a SEC team, something like that, so that they can really prove the doubters wrong. But I hope it's an SEC team that they can match up with, because hopefully Georgia and some of them better team, Alabama, make the playoff, so that they can, Colorado can get a opponent that they can really play against.